fans that are standing overhead, leaning down from Louis Armstrong Stadium. Brengle to serve. I mentioned that early match on this court that we called, and it was not entirely dissimilar to this. Kristina, or Kiki Mladenovic, far more experienced over the lucky loser, Kasatina. But again, Kontaveit with nothing to lose here.
Well, and Mladenovic possesses big power from the back of the court. Madison Brengle doesn't have anywhere near the power that Mladenovic has. Brengle's a lot more of a workhorse. With the winner there down the line, but against Brengle as an opponent, you feel like you can get your teeth into the match.
Kontaveit was pretty fearless against Pavlyuchenkova. So that's just wide, and a love hold for Madison Brengle. First game looking to reach the second week of a major.
Yeah, and again, she had a fabulous Australian Open, eventually lost to another Madison and Madison Keys at the Australian Open. We'll see how Madison Keys does today against Agnieszka Radwanska. That's a match a lot of American fans are looking forward to.
Well, and Venus Williams has now taken out Belinda Bencic, 6-3, 6-4. And I got to be honest, Bencic was one of my dark horse picks. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. I think that Venus played so much tennis previously in her first two rounds. Bencic was very lucky to scrape through her second round. And I think with all the pressure on Bencic's shoulders as one of the two players to beat Serena this year. And you know what? Arthur Ashe Stadium is a place that Venus Williams is very, very comfortable playing. So I'm not surprised by that at all.
She served tremendously.
She is serving huge right now, Venus, and that's so important.
So you said it about Brengle getting one more ball back.
13-15.
Bencic, as you said, barely got by Misako Doi in 3 sets. Williams will now face the winner of this match to very possibly set up a quarterfinal with Serena.
Madison Brengle's, I would say Kontaveit as well. Both backhands are their best shots. Forehands tend to go off technically.
Looked a little bit as if Brengle was hitting off her back foot.
Well, Kontaveit hits the ball very big from the back of the court. She has more power than Brengle. As you can see, a lot taller as well.
Kontaveit just 19 years old.
See, the forehand just really, at times, doesn't get the racket head through the ball, and therefore the ball will fly on Kontaveit. See how much Madison Brengle gets after that side.
We started off this tournament with 13 of the 32 players in the top quarter of the draw from the United States.
Impressive.
And not as if I'm looking ahead, but if Brengle can beat Kontaveit and Madison Keys can beat Aga Radwanska. Oh, big swinging volley there. And if Serena Williams beats Bethany Maddox-Sands, actually, regardless of what happens in that one, you could have 4 Americans in the 4th round. Right there in that section, the only Americans.
Madison Brengle was the winning point for the world team tennis team of the Washington Castles again this year. Played a lot of team tennis. Now that's pressure filled.
Big return there from Kontaveit. World team tennis, 40 years old this year, huh?
Yes. Yep.
League started by Billie Jean and Larry King. CEO is now Alana Kloss. They have a nice little exhibit here over with the International Tennis Hall of Fame celebrating those 40 years. It's an indoor building, lots of fans go to look at. Two huge returns from Kontaveit there.
Advantage Kontaveit.
Well, again, the second serve from Madison Brengle is such a liability for her. Must get a higher percentage of first serves in the court. Funny when you see younger players, and by that I mean around the 20-year-olds, 19, 20-year-olds, they just make mistakes at the wrong times.
Look at how defensive Brengle is.
Well, again, it's going to be a matter of big hitting versus counter punching from Brengle. It's not going to be a surprise to see her running down a lot of balls. She's taking a look at the linesman, but that ball, I'm sure, caught the back of the line.
She saved a couple of break points. Oh, look at that.
Well, Madison Brengle does a great job here of just holding her ground. She can see from the open racket face and the body position that Kontaveit was going back that way, and that's a beautiful passing shot.
Into the open court, and Brengle has saved 2 break points. We are on serve. This is the grandstand court at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. US Open 15.
Time.
Brengle staving off a charge from Kontaveit in that last game. It is 3:15 in the afternoon local time.
15.
Fans settling in.
That last game was so big for Brengle to hold serve, sort of handle the barrage coming at her from her younger opponent in Kontaveit. She guessed right again. You think about, I don't know what it is, what they feed them in Estonia, but they feed them something that makes them grow and hit big. Kaya Kanepi was the other great player from Estonia. Similar style, big flat ground strokes, big serving.
That's big and flat. It's so funny to me when European players scream, "Come on," in English.
They're not silly. They know how to get the crowd on their side.
So Kontaveit with an easy hold. She had a lot of success on the junior circuit. Funny, in 2011, Kontaveit reached the quarterfinals of the French Open Juniors. And who did she beat? Danka Kovanic, who we had in the first match here today. Yesterday, I'm sorry. Kontaveit 4 years ago won the prestigious Orange Bowl Junior Championship. Along the way, she beat Jeannie Bouchard, Yula Putintseva. Lucky break for Brengle there, because it could have been love 30.
Brengle with a bit of a sneaky first serve, just over 100 miles an hour. As I said, very important for Brengle to serve a lot of first serves in today. Does not want to keep giving her opponent easy looks on the second serve.
Next, second serve.
See Brengle sort of motion at her face afterwards, maybe having problems seeing, who knows, but not a good second serve.
Another break chance for Kontaveit. Kontaveit on her serve has only dropped 2 points.
Oh, she's got a big first serve. But the interesting thing about these two is, as young as Kontaveit is, that they've actually played already a couple of years ago on grass that Kontaveit won comfortably.
Kontaveit.
And now she's got a break with that big backhand return up the line.
Kontaveit leads 3 games to 2. First set.
Oh boy, can I have a ball?
Time.
The sun is out in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, New York, the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. We are on the grandstand court. Cindy Schmerler along with Renee Stubbs. So glad you could be with us for this all-important third rounder between this young woman serving, Anett Kontaveit, who is up a break on the American Madison Brengle. Bringle's described by her friends as being pretty pensive, thought-provoking, often curled up in a corner with a book. Not all that flashy. But she's got a web series with her very good friend Vicky Duval down in Florida. And they are hilarious. They have a whole series on baking a cake together and on shoving marshmallows into their mouth. Who could put more marshmallows into their mouth? And by the way, guess who wins every time between Duval and Brengle in the marshmallow contest?
Madison. No, Vicky.
No, Madison.
Great to see Vicky Duval back.
Yeah. Really overpowering now by Kontaveit. Duval could have entered the tournament with a projected ranking and gotten straight into the main draw, but she opted to go through qualifying and delay that exemption.
It's a good idea. She needs more matches. Needs to get physically stronger after her diagnosis of leukemia. Wow, power.
Corner. Duval was diagnosed literally as she was competing in the qualifying at Wimbledon last year. She successfully completed treatment right around the US Open last year and has spent the last year getting stronger and working her way back. Immensely likable player. Wow, big hitting from Kontaveit. Unfortunately, the tennis world is not immune to the cancer scares. Another young woman right now who competes on the WTA Tour, Ali Kick from Florida, sending out all best to her. She's been diagnosed with a rare form of melanoma that was found on her back. Tennis players spend a lot of time in the sun and it's dangerous, so she's undergoing treatment for that, and she's got a knee injury. She'll be out for a while.
Wow, this is incredible hitting right now from Kontaveit. Yeah, sending my best out to Ali. And I already sent her a couple of messages on Twitter, but get well, Ali. But right now, Kontaveit is just overpowering Madison Brengle in every department. And Brengle cannot buy a first serve. just rushing through
15,
points.
40.
Serving percentage at 54% for Brengle.
That's long too.
Gain confidence.
So Brengle, on a series of unforced errors and missed first serves, has dropped her serve again. And Anett Kontaveit, the qualifier, is serving for the first set.
Time.
Madison Brengle started off this match with a love hold. Very convincing play, and since then, Renee, if you think it's the pressure?
No, I think she's been overpowered. Serving department in the returning department. And she has to hope that Kontaveit drops her level of play like right now, because if she doesn't, this is Kontaveit's match. I think that head result from a couple of years ago helps someone like Kontaveit, who would have only been 17 at the time, to beat Madison Brengle back then. She knows that she has the game to beat her opponent today.
Serve like that, 103 miles per hour, but perfectly placed in the corner. That was just her first ace. Wow.
You know, there's nothing you can do as a counterpuncher if somebody doesn't possess a lot of power when someone's hitting you off the court, except to take chances of your own, but it's not, that's not your comfort zone. I mean, that's just too big.
It's the exact same serve.
I mentioned Kaia Kanepi before, because this is how Kanepi can play from Estonia. And this is a young version of Kanepi we're seeing on the court when Kanepi's at her best.
That's why we've seen more firepower off the forehand side.
Honestly, I don't see any disparity. I think her forehand's her weaker shot as far as technique is concerned, but she's firing winners from all over the place. 15 winners for Kontaveit in this match against 4 for Brengle.
And a second set point. Huge forehand, 24 minutes. Fire, Anett Kontaveit, the first set from the American Madison Brengle.
Time.
Madison Brengle made her at the 2000 Australian Open. She was a wild card. She won the U.S. wild card granted player on the U.S. ticket. But boy,
Net. Net.
Again, the abbreviated Just not a good server.
Love 30.
Under the amount of...
Kontaveit came in here, having reached the quarterfinals of a pro circuit event in Vancouver. That's just big. She had to come through the qualifying,
Love 40.
so she got court there.
Game Kontaveit.
Okay, you have the opportunity right here
First
to
game,
sit on the
second
court
set.
next to Madison Brengle as her coach. What are you going to say to her?
I would tell her to take her time right now. I mean, she is rushing through every point. Even here, she's not stopping, contemplating things at the side of the court. It's almost like she just wants this over with. She's sort of shrugging her shoulders, looking at her crew like, there's nothing I can do. There is something you can do. Your opponent is young. She's inexperienced. You have to take your time, because right now Kontaveit is just literally running through this match, hitting winners. She's not being made to think at all. Madison has to hit a few high balls, allow herself to get into the point, and she's got to get her first serve in the court. And you've got to get depth on your returns or on your ground strokes, because Kontaveit is stepping in and just... But you have to know that your younger opponent is going to get very nervous in this match at some point.
Listen to the crowd suddenly trying to become a distraction to
15.
Kontaveit and a support system for Brengle. She's going to need it. 15 all.
And I tell you right now, if I was Brengle, I would say, come on. And I would say it really loud the next point I win, because I need my younger opponent to know I'm not going anywhere.
And then doesn't it help the crowd get riled up also?
Miss Brengle challenging the ball on the left service line was called in.
Right now, Kontaveit has won 35 points, Brengle 21. They played 56 points. And Kontaveit has hit 19 winners. It's a third of the points.
I would have said it right then. And I know it's not okay after a double fault, but I would say, come on. I would try and peeve my younger opponent off so much right now to get back into this match.
And yes, you would.
She better do it if she wins this point.
She did the exact opposite of that. It's almost as if she shrugged her shoulders, like, oh yeah, I got a game.
Well, as a player, you feel embarrassed that you're getting it handed to you, but you have to know that those mistakes from Kontaveit were from nerves. And so the negativity of the body language continues to the thing that you're struggling with the most, your service games. Got to have a positive outlook if you're Brengle.
Love 30. Love 40.
Boy, what a way to waste a break of serve. Kontaveit only dropped 5 points on serve in that first set. She gave the game to Brengle in the last game. That's on the line.
13.
There's positive body language.
I was just going to say, well, one of the players just yelled, come on, but it wasn't Madison Brengle, so she is broken again. 3 straight breaks of serve in this second set.
Time.
Fully half the seeds in the top half of the women's draw at this U.S. Open were out before the third round. Renee, do you have any explanation?
No, it's just one of those years. I mean, we saw it at Wimbledon a couple of years ago as well.
It is not the most or the fewest seeds moved on. That was 2009.
I think women's tennis is deeper from 10 through 100.
Right.
I think about 10 years ago, I think it was stronger in the top 10 as far as, you know, you had Kleisters, Hennen and Hingis, Lindsay Davenport. Too good.
Right behind her.
We also had Venus, Serena Williams, Amelie Mauresmo. I mean, the top 10, top 15 back 10 years ago was just outstanding, whereas I think the top 10 isn't quite as strong as what it was back then. It's nothing against the top 10 players now, but any of them could win a slam. You cannot say that about the ones that are in there now as much as you could back then. But from 10 through 100, I think it's stronger, so you're going to see those first round upsets.
There's a winner by Brengle. Well, much has been made of the rising age of the top players. At one point, the average age was like 20. Now it's 20, almost 26. I think that's skewed because of Venus and Serena. However, a lot of the players we've seen making a splash here are now 18, 19, 20 again. They're young.
Everything's cyclical, you know, so we'll see what happens. But, you know, we were talking Lee Na was up in her 30s winning Grand Slams.
Right.
Sam Stosur was 29, I think. Schiavone, 29. So I think it takes a little bit more maturity now to win.
Slight opening for Brengle. Another break point. I know you're hoping that if Brengle gets it, she screams.
I just want to see positive reaction,
yeah.
Whatever it is.
Brengle breaks again, and at this point, I think it's safe to say you're not going to get a lot of screaming.
No, look, it's not her personality.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that, how she's alone often reading a book. She's a quiet young lady, but it's not about you right now. It's about showing your younger opponent, this is going to be a long day for you. Well.
Yeah, the paper drop in.
Well, I think Madison Brengle's saying, you disturbed me in the middle of my serve. Should be a first serve.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Well, it was before you toss out, but the paper came in. That's why I called.
There should be a first serve. If there's a distraction on the court, it should be first serve, shouldn't it?
Oh, it doesn't matter now. It's all null and void. That's an umpire's call.
It's funny, the crowd's getting more excited than Brengle is. Wow, that was fascinating. That ball came blistering back. It had barely bounced when Brengle said, let me have the next ball.
Oh, that's worth a challenge.
And she is going to challenge.
Did you? Oh, Miss Kontaveit challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball screwed out.
I don't think it's going to matter because from
I
our
don't know.
vantage point, it looked that. You
I
think it
don't
looked
know.
good?
I think this is pretty close. It's really shot through. And there you go. Again.
Oh,
told
my. Wow.
you. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Kontaveit because very difficult shot for Brengle to get back.
40-30.
I also think it's tough on Brengle right now.
Well, and the umpire gave that point to Kontaveit, so.
Kontaveit's going to challenge again.
You challenge? Miss Kontaveit challenging the call on the right baseline.
Why not? Well, now was it called wide? Because I don't think it was wide.
Oh, Brengle's all kind of aggravated.
Oh,
my.
Game Brengle.
So Brengle escapes it. A couple of very close calls and overrules. And actually, she's got a big old smile on her face.
Brengle leads 3 games to 2. Second set. First set, Kontaveit. Anett, next time, can you just make it clear? Because you asked me, so I'm not sure what's happening. So just let me make it clear. Time.
We are on the grandstand court at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. This is a third round match between the American Madison Brengle and the Estonian Anett Kontaveit. Very interesting during that changeover. Chair umpire Juan Zhang saying, Kontaveit, you have to be clear in asking for the challenge. You can't look at me to say what's going on. Brengle, meanwhile, was staring up at the overhead screen, looking at the scores from other courts.
Oh, this match now is starting to pendulum towards Madison Brengle, because if Kontaveit's not winning the point with winners, this is definitely a match that Brengle wins, because she is way, way steadier than Kontaveit.
Now love 15-30.
The forehand has broken down over the last couple of games.
Wide, so a couple of break chances for Brengle. And I think you and I, or at least I, wanted her to be something she isn't, and maybe by being so placid, as we say, placid amid the noise and the haste, that it was helpful to her to just wait it out.
I don't mind the staying quiet, because that's your personality. It doesn't take much to really put something in your mind of your opponent, especially someone so young. And Kontaveit's just dropped off in the winners category, and that's why she's now got a match on her hands. I don't expect Madison Brengle to start yelling, come on, like a Serena Williams type. I just want to see something positive exude out of her at one point.
Well, she's just given back a couple of break chances.
Oh, that's a terrific overhead, but, you know, in the last game, I've just seen the unwillingness of Kontaveit to go forward behind some huge ground strokes, and if she improves that area of her game, that transition from the big groundies to the net, she would be so much better off moving forward.
Out.
Yeah, that was way out.
Miss Brengle challenge number 4 on the red baseline.
Well, I can tell Madison from here that was a long way out, just a non-call really from the baseline. Yeah, that's a bad miss from the linesman. A good overrule though from the chair umpire.
3 games to seconds.
Brengle had a lot of very big chances in that game to go up 4-2. Instead, they were 3-all. Crowd is definitely livened up.
Well, this was an opportunity for Kontaveit there. She didn't do enough. Not a bad volley, but just you can see how uncomfortable she is in the forecourt. mean, those are just huge ground strokes. When this young lady gets that transition game forward inside the service line going, she is going to be a dangerous young player.
Jeannie Bouchard and Dominika Similkova have taken the court next door on Louis Armstrong, just getting underway. It's her third double fault.
And again, the second serve getting punished by Kontaveit. Madison Brengle in the match is 33% of winning points with the second serve and 25% in this second set. On the other hand, first serves, not hitting a lot in, but winning over 60%. So it's just of utmost importance to get that first serve in. I mean, that's just pressure. And you're getting your second serve handed to you the way Brengle is.
So Brengle with a huge hold. They are on serve in the second set.
Time.
So this is where, again, Kontaveit has to control her emotions. It's the biggest match of her career. Madison Brengle had a great Australian Open, reaching the 4th round. So she's been here before. Kontaveit At such a young age, this would mean so much to her. Trying to detach from the outcome is not so easy, and so much is at stake. Well, that's a really mature point from Kontaveit, because I think she senses also that she's pressing. There's a difference between going for your shots and playing your type of tennis that got you ahead, but there's also being in a position where you're trying just a little bit too much to end the point too early.
15 all. On serve, second set.
Next, 17.
Suddenly her body language has taken a big dip.
The unforced errors now for Kontaveit are growing. 24 in the match, whereas Brengle is only at 12.
Roberta Vinci has booked her spot into the fourth round over Duque de Marinho. She's got a lot of talent.
Well, if she did that more often, Kontaveit, hitting that big ground stroke and following it forward, she could hit consistently shots like this out of the air. And one of her idols is Maria Sharapova, and Maria does that so well.
Great point that would allow Brengle to serve to tie up this match.
Again, taking the three-quarter shot out of the air. For me, if she continues to try and do that, she can win this match. If she makes it long points and arduous ground stroking, Brengle will certainly be the favorite. Brengle went backwards on that second serve. Got so far behind the baseline. Didn't put any air on that return. Wow. I mean, wow.
Back to deuce.
This will test the young Kontaveit now.
Yeah, that one, because that's shaking her just a tiny bit right there.
Oh, gets a big forehand.
Not a lot of fear factor there, is there?
Oh, she's young. 19. Oh, she's missed it.
Yep.
This game's so big. I'm going to go as far as to say this.
Okay.
Actually, I won't, because I
know
don't
what
think
you're
Kontaveit is going to necessarily. But if Kontaveit loses this game,
yep,
Brengle will win this match.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Brengle will win this set.
No, she will win the match.
Oh my, on the line again.
Advantage number.
12th point of the game. Best, longest rally of this match. And the big difference was Brengle was keeping the ball just inside the baseline.
That's where Brengle is going to win this match. The physicality, the long points, she loves those. Kontaveit trying to hit winners.
4th deuce. She saved 1 break point. And she's looking at another. Can she get rattled by the crowd even if she doesn't get rattled by Brengle?
Oh, for sure. I mean, this crowd's only going to get louder and louder and louder.
Madison. Yes.
Wow.
Advantage Brengle.
Third break point. Renee Stubbs just said it. If Brengle breaks here, she'll win the match. Not like we're holding you to it. But now Madison Brengle serving for the set.
Well, these are just the matches that Madison Brengle wins now. She so has the ability to dig deep and make you beat her. She's got terrific speed around the baseline, and now it's turned into more about who can hit the winners. And Kontaveit, I feel, is tight, and those winners are not coming easily anymore. And a mistake like that, when you know that Brengle struggled the entire match to hold serve, now you start to feel the younger opponent starting to unravel. Spectacular. And if I was Brengle, I would not hit one ball to Kontaveit's backhand. I would make her beat me with forehand winners.
101 mile per hour serve. Problem is she can fire that off both sides.
Question is, can she do it when she has the match in her own hands?
Missed it. She had it lined up on the sideline. Brengle read the drop shot right. And now, 2 break chances for Kontaveit. Renee, what's interesting is you don't see Kontaveit miss a lot of balls into the net. She seems to be missing long, sometimes wide, but mostly long. Ace! That is only her 2nd ace of the match. Set point, Brengle. Madison Brengle was waiting on the right sideline for Kontaveit to go cross court. She read it, and Kontaveit with the big forehand wide. Brengle has taken the 2nd set. We're going to a 3rd on the grandstand. This has been a breakout year for Madison Brengle. She reached her first WTA final in Hobart at the beginning of the year. And then, as we mentioned, 4th round of the Australian Open. Can she make it to a 4th round here?
Final set.
1 set will determine it.
Kontaveit.
Kontaveit serving. Kontaveit taking that.
But I mean, that's just very typical of Madison Brengle, because she's reading where Kontaveit is going, and that just builds anxiety in someone like Kontaveit to just go that, try and just hit it harder and closer to the line, and that's why the 2nd set turned the way it did. Kontaveit has to recognize that the ball's going to come back from Brengle, and when not to pull the trigger. That last point was an example of when not to go for the winner.
First round, Brengle beat Zheng Sasai here. It took 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's really making her hit one more ball.
Is that the second longest match in history here at the U.S. Open?
It set a new record, actually. It was the longest women's match at the U.S. Open since the introduction of the tiebreaker in 1970. Then the record was surpassed that day by Konta and Muguruza. That was yesterday, by the way.
Unbelievable.
So it set the record beaten. Konta Muguruza, 3 hours, 23 minutes. And by the way, those matches were in searing heat. It is not nearly as bad today, and they've only played for an hour and 8 minutes. So fitness will not be a factor. 30 all. Didn't you get the sense in the first set that Brengle was giving Kontaveit some of those? You know, the power was coming back, so the ball was coming back so fast that she's not giving them to her anymore. She's making sure she gets there and makes her hit another shot.
Yeah, certainly. Kontaveit was really going for the lines in the beginning of the point, a lot more than she is now.
Saves a break point there. Kontaveit has faced break points now in 4 consecutive games. 5 consecutive games.
Kontaveit, if she wants to win this match, literally has to win it. She has to hit winners.
Well, we know she can do that.
Can she do it under pressure, though?
Kontaveit with a huge hold.
That was an uncharacteristic error from Madison Brengle, because the thing that makes Madison so tough, and she's a tough out, as we say, because she'll foul it off and foul it. She'll make you beat her with a great pitch. And in tennis, she's the type of person that you have to hit winners against, because she rarely makes an unforced error. She doesn't possess the power, so she's kind of like a Wozniacki in a lot of ways. Wozniacki is a tough out as well. You have to hit winners against someone like this. So a lot on Kontaveit's young shoulders.
Well, that's one of those winners.
Well, that's some pretty impressive defensive skills there from Kontaveit. Brengle given a little bit of her own medicine, and then the unforced error again from the racket from Brengle.
And that's bad luck. And that bad luck.
Is that bad luck or good luck?
Well, it depends who you're talking about. Bad luck for Brengle, and she's now facing 3 break points. But you're right, good luck for Kontaveit.
See, that was bad luck for Kontaveit that time, but they hit the tape and sat up. And some good luck for Brengle. The net court can be such a friend or such a foe.
Looks long to me, yeah.
She said, I literally cannot hear you. Chair umpire telling the ball looked long to her. Boy, Brengle did well to get 2 shots ago. Grab that ball back.
Oh, that's close. I think that's...
Yeah, very quick challenge from Kontaveit.
Yeah, no, I might have to think this might have missed by just, if it's in, it's just in. See the chase review. I told you.
Oh my goodness. And look at Brengle. Wow. If this match hinges on that call, then Brengle will be wishing that she were playing out on court 11 where there is no challenge system. Kontaveit has been dead on with those backup overheads. 2-love, 15-love.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with Kontaveit's ability to let the second set go because, as I said, she needs to hit winners and be aggressive in this match if she wants to win. And she's done that beautifully early in the third. The question is, can she maintain it through the end of the match?
I'll tell you what else. Brengle's logged a lot of miles side to side. She had no chance at that ball. Point for 3-love. She gets it with an ace, her 4th. And now Kontaveit with a commanding 3-love lead in the 3rd. Back on the grandstand court, high drama. His 3rd round match between Madison Brengle and Anett Kontaveit. Brengle serving at love 3 in the 3rd set. I'm Cindy Schmerler along with Renee Stubbs. And Renee, I don't want to throw a snowball in your face, but you made a pretty bold prediction. Are you standing by it?
Well, you know, I believe that Madison, in a tough 3-setter, is still going to win this match, but Kontaveit's hitting winners again.
Like that.
And I'm not afraid to also say maybe this is the moment that young Kontaveit at 19 takes a huge step into the realm of moving through in a Grand Slam, because this is a big test for her emotionally. Still a long way to go. If she keeps hitting winners, though, this is going to be over quick.
Well, so far she's acing it. Interesting because Kontaveit is still studying high school in Estonia. She does it online, and she's been looking at university options. I have a feeling if she wins this match and makes it into the second week of the U.S. Open, there will be no university at the moment.
I'm sorry, but I'm so taking that point.
She's so not sorry. Brengle has to hold here. Oh, wow. My goodness.
I mean, this is what the first set looked like for Kontaveit, just controlling every point from the back of the court. She wanted that one badly.
Kontaveit leads 4 games to the final set.
Oh, I don't think Brengle can believe that she made an error on that point to give the second break, which is such a huge emotional game to win for any player, to get 2 breaks to serve.
That's just long, but now she's going for the lines.
And Brengle mustn't. She needs to stick to the game plan of trying to make Kontaveit just hit winners against her.
30 runs.
I mean, this is just giving your younger opponent the green light.
Third ace gives Kontaveit a 5-love lead in this set. They played only 16 minutes in this third set.
Time.
The wall is very high now for Madison Brengle as she tries to climb over it, or at least climb part way up it. Now love 5 in the third set against the qualifier Anett Kontaveit.
I'm very, very impressed with Kontaveit's composure after losing that second set, where she got very tight and has stepped it up beautifully in the third, continuing to go for her shots.
Brengle has only won 8 points in this set. Wow. Half volley from the baseline into a winner.
Oh, and Kontaveit's backhand's so good that Brengle tried to get it to the forehand, but just gave up too much court. 30-all, 2 points from the match. Huge backhand down the line.
Match point. And a double fault on match point sends 19-year-old Anett Kontaveit playing in just her first U.S.